loves, welcome back to my channel. As you can see, we have my mans in the back. Say hi, babe.
Hi.
And Bev is like right there also in the bed being changed. So yeah, this is gonna be the long-awaited video of my labor and delivery. So yeah, if you guys want to know everything that happened during my labor and delivery, just keep on watching. Okay, so pretty much it wasn't like, and would you consider it being a natural labor since I was induced?
Yeah, it wasn't like a C-section or anything.
Yeah, but I was induced, so I didn't go into labor naturally by myself.
Sure.
So I didn't have a natural labor, like my body going into labor on its own. I actually had to be induced on week 41 based because this little man did not want to come on his own. I would get contractions and then they would go away. But yeah, so I was induced at 41 weeks, so they programmed me to be induced on the 22nd of December. His due date was on the 15th of December. So exactly on the 22nd, I was induced, and I had to be induced at the San Diego La Jolla, the UC San Diego La Jolla. Is that what it's called?
UCSD La Jolla.
UCSD La Jolla. So yes, I was induced over there, and pretty much the way you're induced is either medication, which is a little pill, or they put, what's it called? Pitocin?
What?
Pitocin, that medicine. It's not potassium, because that's what the bananas have.
Yeah.
So it's Pitocin, I think. So, but another way is to have a little balloon inserted into the cervix. I don't know the correct name of it, but it is a balloon. So then that's what I had. I had a balloon inside my cervix, and that what mimics the head of the baby, push it into the cervix, which helps to open up. So I was stuck at 1 centimeter dilated for a while, since I was like 37 weeks. So I was stuck on that for a while. So obviously they had to open me up, which was the balloon. And the balloon, pretty much what they would do is like they would come like every half an hour to tug at it and see if it will come out. As soon as it comes out, that would mean I was at 3 centimeters dilated. And right when they were putting the balloon on me, that's when he walked in. Right, babe?
Right.
You look so cute. Exactly when they were putting it in, it was when he came into the room, and that was at 11 a.m. huh?
Yeah.
So they started me at 11 a.m. on the 22nd of December. And then every half an hour they would come and tug on it. They would come and tug on the balloon. And yeah, so pretty much I would say my body just needed a little push. She's just looking at me. Hi, Papas. You look so handsome. Yeah, you look so handsome.
Thank you.
Thanks. So I would say my body just needed a little push, because right as soon as they put the little balloon inside me, that's when I started contracting on my own, and my body was contracting like a lot. Like I would say, how long would you say I was contracting without getting the epidural? How long did it take me?
A couple hours.
Like 5 hours?
Around there, yeah.
Yeah, like I lasted around 5 hours without the epidural. Would you say that I was able to handle it, babe?
Yeah.
I guess I was able to tolerate the pain, but as soon as the balloon came out, that's when the contractions started even more stronger, and I still didn't get the epidural up until like 4 p.m. or 5 p.m. that same day, and it was painful, I'm not gonna lie, but I felt like I was still able to tolerate them. Yeah, it was like around 4 or 5. That's when I asked for the epidural. But before I got the epidural, I asked the nurse if I could get like any other medicine to help me with the pain instead of getting the epidural, because I felt like it was still too early for me to get the epidural, especially since I was only at 5 centimeters dilated still. So yeah, and they told me that I was able to get the epidural, and the only medicine that they were going to be able to put me besides the epidural was through my IV and also a shot. I did not want to get a shot, and also they told me that a lot of people get bad experiences with that medicine as well. So I was like, I guess I was able to hold it in a little bit longer, and then I was like, give me the epidural. I needed the epidural. And that's when he had to walk out, and I had my sister-in-law there with me as well, my brother's wife. And I feel like having her there, she was able to help me like relax and control my pain, and she was like my doula pretty much. She was coaching me throughout the whole contractions and stuff. And yeah, I feel like having her there helped me a lot, because I feel like just having him there, I feel like we would both freak out, huh, babe?
Yeah.
Yeah. But my sister-in-law helped me with it and through it. So yeah. So like around 4 or 5, that's when I think it was 4. That's when the anesthesiologist came in. And he explained to me everything about the epidural, like what could happen and all of that. So I was like, okay, I want it, I need it. But at the same time, I think I freaked myself out, because I know I've heard of all the horror stories about the epidural and how big the needle is and all of that stuff. So I think I gave myself an anxiety attack, which caused me to get nauseous and throw up. So at that time, he was not there with me, so he doesn't know exactly what happened. I threw up, and I feel like that caused the baby to stress out even more. And yeah, I feel like it caused him to stress out, which his heart rate was dropping. And as soon as they noticed that his heart rate was dropping, that's when all the doctors rushed in, and they took me to the operating room for C-section. And obviously I was freaking out even more. His heart rate was still low, and they pretty much wanted to make sure to see if it would go up. If not, then that's when the C-section would happen. So I was at the operating room. How long would you say I was in the operating room?
Not long.
An hour?
Around there.
Like around an hour, and to make sure that his heart rate would go up. And yeah, it went up, and that's when they did the epidural in the operating room, since I was already there and they had all the tools they needed. And to be honest, for me, it did not hurt at all. The epidural did not hurt. I felt uncomfortable being leaned forward with the big old belly, obviously. But it did not hurt. It did feel like a little sting, but that's about it. And right away, I felt numbed, and it felt good that like being numbed, especially since they had to check my cervix again as soon as I went back to the room. They checked my cervix, and I did not feel anything. And every time they would check my cervix, that's when I would like not like it. Like it would feel really uncomfortable. But yeah, like being in the epidural, having the epidural, I did not feel anything, which I was able to sleep. I would say I fell asleep like right away, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yes. But I was able to sleep, I was able to relax, and every time they would come and check me and all of that. So, I have heard that either with the epidural, the process goes faster, or it slows down. For me, I would say that it would probably slow down my process of like opening up more, because I was stuck at 5 centimeters like throughout the whole day that day, right, babe?
Yeah.
I wasn't opening up anymore. And plus, like every 4 hours after the first time that his heart rate dropped, every 4 hours it would drop again. Are you checking the time to see if I would?
No.
So his heart rate would drop every time. So I was like, I would worry about that. And the second time that it dropped, I told the doctors like, okay, if it happens again, do the C-section. I don't care. Like, I want my baby to be healthy, to not stress out throughout the whole process or anything. Just do the C-section. And they said okay. But after that time that his heart rate went back to normal, the third time that it happened, they were just trying to figure out what would be the perfect position for me to be on. So they were moving positions every time. I would be like doggy style, I guess. Right? I would be like on my knees. I would be like on my left side, on my right side. And the only spot that the baby liked and he would feel more comfortable is me laying on my right side. Which I guess I understand, because the right side was the only position I would sleep on when I was pregnant. I would always sleep on my right side. I still do. But yeah, it was always on the right position, and they would try to do another position, and he was stressed out. He would move, like his heart rate would like drop again. So it would always be my right side where he would be okay. And I know they put the Pitocin on my IV, but to be honest, I do not remember when they did that. Do you remember, babe?
No. No.
So I do not remember when they put the Pitocin on my IV. I know they did because my contractions were more regular, especially since after getting the epidural, I wasn't getting contractions as often anymore. But they were more regular, and that was causing the baby to stress out even more. So they had to stop the Pitocin, the medicine. And I would say that was like at midnight already, because in the middle of the night, that's when they were coming in a lot to check, because during the night it was when his heart rate was dropping a little bit more, right, babe?
Right.
Do you want to say anything of your experience?
I was tired. I was really tired.
You slept most of the time.
I was very tired.
Yeah. So that's what they did during the middle of the night. It was mainly his heart rate was dropping more, so they had to stop my Pitocin. I was able to sleep, but also before going back to the epidural, before I got the epidural, I did ask if it wears off, because I don't know if you guys seen Let's Do Makeup's labor and delivery video. Her epidural wore off, towards the end. So I was like, that's one of the things I was worried about, like the medicine like wearing off. So I was all like, does it wear off? And they told me no, it does not. And plus I was able to like pump my medicine up and stuff, which towards the end I was getting like pain on my hip again, and I thought it was the contractions. I thought I was able to feel my contractions again, so I thought my epidural medicine was wearing off, so I kept pumping the medicine up, and so pretty much I was dosing myself with the epidural medicine. But I'm guessing the pain that I was feeling was actually the hip pain that I had before. So yeah, because I was still able to feel it even though I was pumping myself up. But yeah, fast forward till the next morning, because nothing else was going on in the middle of the night besides nurses going and checking if how much dilated I was. Wait, I don't even think they checked me in the middle of the night, see how much dilated I was, right, babe?
Huh? Yeah.
Did they even check me how much dilated I was during the night?
Not really.
No, you were sleeping the whole time.
Yeah.
So they were just moving me side to side to see if he'll react good to it, and he was still not reacting good to every time they would move me, unless I was on my right side. But the last time they moved me, they actually put me straight, but kind of like leaned towards my right, and I had the peanut ball in between my legs, which they said it will help open me up. And that was like in la madrugada. That was like literally like almost 5 a.m. And they gave me the oxygen. And let me just say that every time that they would give me the oxygen mask, I would always fall asleep. Right, babe?
Right.
I was always like falling asleep the whole time. So as soon as they gave me the oxygen mask the last time, I was already like asleep. I knocked out real fast. And his heart rate was good until it was like 9 a.m. right when Saida woke me up.
Yeah.
So 9 a.m. at December 23rd, so the next day, my sister-in-law woke me up saying that his heart rate had dropped again. And she was about to call the nurse, but as soon as she was about to push the button, the nurse was already walking in. All the doctors were already walking in. Like pretty much the whole staff was walking in. And I was still like half asleep. I was like half asleep when everyone was walking in. And I was like, what's going on? And then the doctor, the lady that delivered him, she was checking my cervix to see how much dilated I am. If I didn't what's that word? Progressed?
Yeah.
If I didn't progress, to see how much dilated I was from the last time, which was 5 centimeters, they were going to do a C-section. But baby's head was already coming out. He was already there. So that's why his heart rate was dropping, because his head was already coming out. He was already there. He was ready to come out. He was ready to meet us. And they told us that either they were going to help me out to bring him out by using a little vacuum. Is that what it is, babe?
Yeah.
To pull him out, or the little clamps, which would be on the side of his head, which would mean more tearing for me. And also they said it would be a little bit bad for the baby, right?
Yeah.
So they wanted to see if I was able to push on my own. So I pushed, and yeah, I was able to push on my own. I do not know how long I was pushing for, I would say I took 50 or 45 minutes.
Yeah, around there.
Around there. He saw everything, if you guys were wondering. He saw the whole thing, the whole shebang.
The whole shebang.
The whole shebang. He saw his head coming out. At one point, the doctor asked me if I wanted to feel his head when he was still coming out. And I did. It felt weird. Right?
Yeah.
It felt weird. And everyone was like, oh my god, he has a whole bunch of hair. Which he does. He has a lot of hair. So yeah, it took me like, it did almost took a whole hour for me to push him. I'm not gonna lie. And once my sister-in-law noticed that it was taking like a whole hour, that's when she's like, I'm just gonna sit down. She's taking so long. So pretty much Jonathan was on my side and the nurses, and I was holding onto my legs, pushing, and the doctors were surprised how good I was at pushing, right?
Yep. Push it, push it.
I was able to push him out on my own. Obviously the doctors were guiding me to push him. Hey guys, thought I should come here and mention something that I forgot to mention while recording the video, that it is really important. So while I was pushing, I did tear. I had 3 tears. They weren't really bad or anything. I did have to get stitches though, but I wasn't uncomfortable or anything like that. But I did have stitches. I had a tear like near my urethra, another one near my vaginal area, and another one on the side of it too. So the reason why I teared was because the doctor was actually stretching me out. So yeah, that's the only part that they were helping me with, besides me guiding me to push and stuff. So yeah, I did tear. It wasn't bad at all. At 9:51, December 23rd, little Nathan was born. Hi, Papas. And he is currently 1 month, 2 weeks. 2 weeks. He weighs 10 pounds, 13 ounces. He probably weighs a little bit more now. He is a really good eater. He pees and poops a lot. He farts a lot. I'm not gonna lie. It's just like his daddy. And yeah, so that's pretty much my labor and delivery story. Like I said, I did not go into labor naturally. I was induced. So the only thing that they used to induce me was pretty much the little balloon. And after that, my body did the rest until I got the epidural. And then they had to do the little Pitocin. So yeah. Nathan. I don't think he recognized you was out there. So yeah, that's pretty much my story. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you guys understood why it took so long on making this video. It took me this long because obviously I'm still trying to get used to being a mommy. I love being a mommy, so I'm focusing my whole time with him. Hi, Papas. So yeah, so my videos are still going to take some time. And yeah, I'm not saying that I'm leaving YouTube. I'm still going to be doing YouTube. I know I sat on your hat. So yeah, so if you guys enjoyed my labor and delivery story, give it a thumbs up. Comment down below. Just let me know any mommy video requests you guys want me to do. I will do. And also my channel is gonna change a little bit. I am gonna vlog a lot, but I'm still gonna do makeup here and there. So yeah, That smile though. So yeah, you guys, I love you guys, and I'll see you guys on the next video.